Chapter 49. After Uncle John left, we got a call from one of the other immigrants. He had been over to Mrs. Robinson's house, and the stolen neon green Ford Thunderbird was not there. I looked down at my lucky jeans and thought, phew. With the car officially nowhere to be found, I felt it was only appropriate I personally tell the owner, Mr. Lorenzo. So I opened up the ledger, looked up his phone number, and gave him a call. When he didn't pick up, I glanced at the address and was surprised to see that he lived right here in Anaheim, a couple blocks from my school, actually. After school, Lupe and I went over to his house. Mr. Lorenzo lived in a small yellow house on Orange Avenue. We walked up and knocked on the door. Hello, Miss Lorenzo? I called. Anyone home? Lupe cupped her hands and tried to peer through the window. We heard rustling and footsteps. Finally, the door opened a crack. Who's asking? Mr. Lorenzo said. It's me, Mia, the girl from the Calavista. Where your car got stolen? I said. And this is my friend Lupe. Lupe waved at Mr. Lorenzo. Hey, she said. Can we come in? I asked him. Mr. Lorenzo didn't let us in right away. He paused to think about it. And then finally he sighed and undid the chain to his door. His house had a funky smell, like somebody had been cooking stinky tofu and forgot to open the window. Lupe wrinkled her nose as we took a seat on the couch. This better be quick, Mr. Lorenzo said. Don't worry, this will only take a minute, I said. I just wanted to come over and tell you personally that we can't find your car. That's okay. The insurance company has already comped me, he said. I know, but still, it's important, you know. Is that it? Mr. Lorenzo snapped. Just then, we heard a loud vroom. A car came speeding down the road and parked right in front of Mr. Lorenzo's house. We glanced out the window. Our eyes stretched when we registered the color neon green. Hey, isn't that? Lupe asked. Yes, yes, it was. It was the neon green Thunderbird. The neon green Thunderbird. The driver of the car got up and walked up to the house. He turned the doorknob. Hey, man, you said the car was in perfect condition, but the windshield's got all these dents in it, the guy said, tossing the keys to Mr. Lorenzo. Then he looked at us. Who are you? He asked. We're just, Lupe said. Leaving, I announced. I grabbed Lupe's hand and launched for the door, but Mr. Lorenzo was quicker than me. He slammed the door shut with one hand. Not so fast, he said. Where do you two think you're going? Home, I said. I glanced at Lupe. Sweat beads were falling like raindrops from her forehead. We gotta go home and do our homeworks, right, Lupe? Yeah, we have a lot of homework. And when you're done doing your homework, what are you going to say? Mr. Lorenzo asked. He leaned into us. I could feel the hair rising on my neck. About what you saw, my breath caught in my throat. Nothing, I said. I didn't see anything. Me neither, Lupe said. He stared at us. Desperately, I tried to erase my thoughts so he couldn't read them. Good, he said. His wet lips twisted into a smirk. He crouched down and whispered into our ears. Breathe a word about this to anyone, and I will come and find you. The threat grabbed me and smothered me as I ran all the way home.